All right, welcome, folks. Welcome to the start of another streaming session. If you're watching on YouTube, this will not matter. If you're watching on the live stream, as it happens, starting a little bit late today, that's because we had to run our older son William to the doctor's office. He's fine. He's had a cough for the last few days. Since it's lasted for a few days, we decided to take him to the doctor. He was going to have an appointment at 10, and then that got canceled and pushed back to 11, so we were delayed a little bit longer. Long story short, we were with him all morning, but he's now back at daycare. I got him. I also had to run and get him a chocolate donut, to as a little reward for going to the doctor and being really good. But anyway, so we're gonna try to pick up with our Civ4 game. No intro game for today. We're gonna continue to try our game that's basically being played on this frozen wasteland that's like this super duper nasty map here. Welcome those of you popping into the chat. Good to have all of you here. Last week's session had to end like but by the way, thanks for resubscribing, Walloper. Appreciate it. Last week's session had to end super abruptly because I got a phone call from work and they needed me to come in on my off day. I have off on Fridays, as many of you know, but they needed me to come in. We publish a big regulatory document that goes out every year, and I had been told at the end of the day last week on Thursday it was going to publish on Tuesday. Well, as then at 1 p.m. on Friday, I get a call from work with the managers frantically saying, no, it's actually not going to go out on Tuesday. It's going out today. Yeah, on Halloween in 3 hours. And we desperately need people to come in because we all were told it was going to go out on Tuesday and that we would have all day Monday and Tuesday to work on it. But no, and then it went out Friday. Yeah, with a lot of errors in it. So that was a decision made by people much higher up in the leadership chain, which we all sharply disagreed with, but we didn't control that. But anyway. Yeah, also, Mr. Barbarian, not as frigid as the Raiders and Broncos were last night. So that's American football. I actually watched that game last night because there was nothing else on. Oh my God, that is one of the worst football games I've ever seen. It was just a staggering display of incompetence from two teams that could not get out of their own way. But anyway, let's hope that that doesn't continue in our Civ4 session. Okay. So, picking things up here, we did have two really good pieces of good news happen in this game, even in the very brief, abbreviated 45-minute session last week. And that is, we knew Napoleon was plotting war, and it turned out he was attacking Charlemagne and not us, which is great. Again, I didn't think we were the target. We're pleased with him. He was annoyed with Charlemagne. But Napoleon can plot at pleased. The other good piece of news, Shaka was also plotting war. He also did not declare war on us. He is actually in a war with someone we can't see right now, right? Isn't he at war? He declared war on someone. I believe he's in a war with someone we haven't met yet. Right? Isn't he in a war with somebody else? Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he declared war on somebody else that we haven't even met yet in this game. In any case, though, we're keeping an eye on his units. We should be able to see... We have a scout here watching. Yeah. He had some units over here in Bulawayo, but they moved away. So it seems pretty clear that we're not actually fighting these guys. Anyway, though, as far as what we're doing here, we're trying to get ready for Moai. I did unlock Moai, didn't I? Yeah. So we'll do that next. We can have some of these forest chops go into Moai. We don't have stone, but that's okay. And then we're going to do Moai and Forge, and then we'll do Heroic Epic. And hopefully by that point in time, we'll have better units we can build. I need to slot in construction so I can just churn out some catapults. Sadly, no elephants on this map, but we're doing... Oh, that's right. We're doing Code of Laws, and then we wanted to grab Civil Service because we really want bureaucracy is a biggie on this map. Then maybe we can build some maces, and then that'll be our best unit we can train for a while. Maces and cats will keep us reasonably safe for the time being. As far as what else is going on, we did manage to found this city. We are pretty much out of space as far as places we can go. The only other spot that looks doable is this spot here. I'll have to whip a settler for this spot. It will weaken the Greenland spot, but the only reason I'm thinking about this spot is silver seems to be a pretty valuable resource on this map. We can probably trade someone something for the silver. So Zalson is asking, who's your likely acquisition target? So for the moment, our plan is we're just going to build up for a while. I actually think we can out-tech some of these AIs. We can't see what techs they have because tech trading is disallowed. But I actually think we can out-tech a lot of these AIs in this game. Because, like, look, if you look at our GMP, we're actually, this is at almost break even. We're slight negative, but you can see our GMP actually looks really good relative to some of these other civs. Now, don't look at food or manufacturing, but I think long term, either Shaka or Napoleon is the best target to go after. Shaka looks like the weakest AI civ. Now, the problem is he's also probably our best friend in this game, but he also has the Buddhist shrine, or yeah, the Buddhist shrine. So that would be quite nice to take over. It's that building. Where is it? So that's the Buddhist temple. That's the Buddhist monastery. There's the Buddhist shrine right there. That would be awesome to take over. So yeah. But anyway, on we go. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah, I was doing forge whips. And I was building the Parthenon because I'll either get the Parthenon or I'll get fail gold. And I'm hoping I get a scientist here. But if we get a prophet, I said we're going to use for a golden age, and we'll use that to flip into organized religion, which we don't even have the tech for yet, and bureaucracy. We're actually, the only civic we're running is slavery. It's kind of funny, but none of the others have unlocked yet. Yeah, some kind of move, draft rifles plus cannons or trebuchets, something like that sounds very much could be in the cards here. All right, so we got the market done. We definitely need a forge. Again, this city just sits here and slow builds things. It's not ideal, but there's not much else we can really do. I mean, like, what other tile would I work here? Everything's tundra. Everything's awful. What other tile would I work here? Later on down the road, we can chop some of these forests, I guess. All right, lighthouse. We should probably do the forge first because it makes it easier to build. We actually great lighthouse. I don't know. Maybe we'll do the great lighthouse. I don't know. I think this is the only coastal city we have. That's pretty hilarious that that's actually an option. Yeah, I think we'll whip the forge. When the city is about to hit size 8, we'll like whip the forge because we'll just be whipping off bad tiles anyway. Anyway, might as well finish roading that. And we're slowly experiencing that. Hey, by the way, thanks for popping in. Oh, that's it. There we go. Shaka declared war on Zara. I thought that I saw that in the last session. I really thought that I saw that. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn that Shaka declared war on someone. Anyway, he's at war with Zara. Do we have a sense of their power ratings, just out of curiosity? They're pretty comparable. Looks like Napoleon just took a big dive. Although he did capture a city off Charlemagne somewhere. Yeah, drag him back into the pack. This is perfect for us. Anyway, Roulette. I've never watched on Twitch before. It feels weird not being able to set it to 1.5x. Yeah, sorry about that. When you're watching live, I can't set it to... I think it makes total sense. There we go. Someone had a request, by the way, in one of the comments on the last video. Please explore this tile. So hopefully I got it. I'm sorry, I can't make it go faster when you're watching in real time. Ugh. All right, look at how sad this city is here. But, like, what else can we do? I was going to say we should whip the forge, but I'm not sure that we do because we're about to get some more forest chops. We're going to chop this forest and this forest. When you have a city, so when to whip and when not to whip is, like, one of the big questions that always concerns what to do in Civ4. Like, when you have a city with very low food, it makes a lot less sense to whip. And we actually do make a base 10 production per turn. Now we're going to lose some of that when we chop these forests. I think that here's what I think I do here. I think that we'll use the forest chops to finish the forge, because if we chop these 2 forests, that'll finish the forge, essentially. And then we probably whip the courthouse with the forge in place, because then we'll get the extra hammer bonus on it. This is a great city. What are you talking about? It's a great city. We have 2 deer tile. What an amazing city. Also, we should get this tile back again soon. Because it's 3rd ring for Augsburg. It's 2nd ring for Wendy's. So we should definitely get this tile back again. We're putting... Well, once the borders pop to the 100 culture, we'll flip it then, if nothing else. We can at least hold our 2nd ring tiles. Anyway, we'll go ahead and start chopping there. And we've just been farming here. Yeah, the forge is going to help. We might as well finish those farms that we're working on. All right, Odir should be working on this tile. Right? Yeah. Wait, we have... Okay. I guess we're actually at the limit. Although we're about to finish the... when we do the forge, we'll get extra happiness. Although we will be at minimal health. I guess this is as much as we can do. So should I chop this? I mean, I might as well. I don't know what else to do. Oh, we might as well cottage another tile, because eventually we'll get more health. And can we get more health in here, just out of curiosity? Oh, we can do the aqueduct for health. Yeah, so we can increase the health and happy cap here. But the problem is we don't have enough food to grow larger, so that's an issue. Afternoon, welcome those of you just getting here. Yeah, it's another frozen tundra day. Oh, we're going to need a unit for Hidden Valley, aren't we? We'll get something somewhere. All right, looking at cities. Mr. Buddy should probably whip this, because it's just going to be whipping off garbage tiles. But I think I'd prefer to... I'd rather 2-pop whip it, to be honest. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon. Let's finish Code of Laws, and then maybe on the next turn. All right, yeah. It's nice we can finish this. All right, you're regrowing from a whip. You got to regrow onto the... Oh, my... What? Okay, AI. What is this? AI, what are you doing here? I'm actually going to turn on Emphasize Commerce. Now, which one of these cottages is the furthest along? 27 turns to town. 40. Okay, this tile's the best one. But seriously, game, like, what are you doing? Why are you working that tile? That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I wanted the production. All right, this city can't grow any further, so we want to whip this in the near future. Lake Wobegon. Yeah, Lake Wobegon. We definitely should whip this as soon as we can, which is probably next turn, since we just chopped the forest here. I gotta refresh my memory because it's been a week or so. All right, this city cannot grow any further, so we should probably whip this as well, because it's already at the, yeah. So I don't love doing that, but it's at the cap, so we might as well. 3-turn growth, or yeah, we'll grow a turn faster. Greenland. You're still working good tiles, so I will whip you shortly, but not right this second. I said we're gonna let that one finish. Deer Space, when it's 1 turn away from growth, we'll whip the forge, and that's about it. I don't think I want to whip Happy Valley, because I'll be able to finish the forge with this forest chop, and then I can whip with the boosted forge bonus. Yeah, communism will be fantastic with this too. I guess I understand the logic. By doing this, it gets the forge bonus and it goes up to 5 hammers, but that's still like, come on game. It's still silly. Alrighty. Now we can build courthouses, so that's nice.
To bring about the rule of righteousness in the land, so that the strong should not harm the weak.
Right. And we do need to stay in slavery, civic. Alright. I think we want civil service, but let's chill for the moment on that. Now, do we get a great person here? Oh, we're 1 turn away. Yeah, it's like a 2/3, 1/3 odds. I'd rather have the scientist, I think. How much gold do we need to get to civil service? Looks like we need about 600-ish gold. Oh, Zara. Okay, that's not good news for not good news for Shaka that Zara just triggered a golden age. Looks like we need about 600-ish gold, which is not... I mean, we're actually making, reasonable amount of income here. So, like, that could be a lot worse. All right. You're just going to chop this, right? Yeah. Oh, I wanted to cottage this tile while we're here. We might as well. And you guys were... I mean, I could farm this tile. So, like, I can farm this tile, but, like, what is the point of farming this tile? It becomes a 2-food tile, and then it just, like, feeds itself. Yeah, we got to whip that. But I will build the cottage while I'm here. You guys are, of course, just connecting the fertile, or deotile. There we go. All right. Now, this city is going to be our heroic epic city, so we actually don't want cottages here. I would want farms on the riverside. So let's do that, shall we? Might as well do this tile while we're here. Yeah, we're not declaring war, just exploring. How much more longer until we finish the farm there? Okay. And sooner or later, we're going to find Zara's territory. Like, if you look at the map, There's still this dead zone here. I guess I should grab this spot soonish before that land's gone, I guess. We still have the ice field here. The ridiculous ice field. Yeah, one hammer is worth more than one commerce, but 4 commerce is definitely worth more than one hammer. Under normal circumstances. The answer to everything is always it depends in this game, but yeah. Okay, so we whip like Wobegon. Now, buddy, how close is this to being able to do a 2-pop whip? Not that close. I would prefer to do a 2-pop whip here, if I could, but I don't... I'd have to get to what? It's probably not worthwhile to wait that long. So we would just be whipping off these cottages. Well, still probably worthwhile to do. Yeah, see, it'll grow back. It'll grow back pretty quickly, and then we can grow onto the cottages. We actually have decent food surplus on... once we're not working all the garbage tiles. How close is this? This almost ready to do a whip there. Looking forward to seeing me unlock paratroopers so we can actually see the mountains. When this city expands its borders, which will be a little while because we're only making the 1 gold per turn, 1 culture per turn, we'll be able to see a little bit more. When Wendy's expands its borders, it'll grab this tile and we'll have some of this revealed. By the way, I still love that we have like this a completely unreachable gem style here, but it is not worthwhile to put a city down just to grab this. All right, what are we going to get? Scientist or prophet? Scientist! Hey, that's kind of what I wanted. That's good. Because then we can use the next great person. Well, I don't know if we wait. I don't. Well, if we get Parthenon... If we get the Parthenon, we'll generate another great person in like 20 turns, and that's probably... We can probably hold off on flipping into organized religion bureaucracy until then. That's not bad at all. Any revelations you missed? Yeah, I don't seem to have a pause feature. No, the big thing is we got a great scientist. That's awesome. Okay, Hinduism is not the religion I want. And someone built the Jewish shrine. We still don't know who founded Judaism, but it's not Chak. It's not Zara. It's got to be Mansa. Mansa and Wang Khan are the other, are the 2 other leaders there. All right, well, let's see. So right now, if we're 100% science, we make 263. Make sure I click the Academy button. So if I do this, we gain about 30 beakers per turn at max science. That's pretty cool. So that's you know, if we actually can afford to run this, then our GMP shoots up to 275. That's also partly because we're researching something that I don't think anybody else has. If we take a tech that everybody has, like monotheism, our GMP goes up to 310. You know, we can actually be #1 if that happens. But for the time being, we'll just stay on civil service. We probably should get archery at some point too, but and ironworking. But let's get into we want to get into bureaucracy first. But still, that's good. That's what I wanted. And then the next person can be a. We probably use the next person on a golden age. All right, but we need to save money first. As I said, if we get up to around 600 gold, that should be enough. My numbers also dropped a little bit because I just whipped some of my cities. All right. Maybe if I could ever get horses, I'd be able to explore a little bit faster. I think we're going to get the Parthenon as well, for what that's worth. All right. Now we're going to work that tile, since we got the chop going on. How close are we to flipping this tile? Well, at the moment, we're actually... Wait, what does he have in this city? Why is this city outputting so much culture? Like, our percentage is actually going down. Monument... It's just a monument, temple, and a library. That's not that much culture. And then religion, it's not that much. Anyway. Oh, you know what it is? I see. Yeah, it actually is outputting more culture than us. Because right now, this is the outermost ring for us, and it's also the outermost ring for them. So yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. We are actually losing a little progress. But once we hit the 100 culture mark, we'll start pushing that back. Because we'll get an additional 20 culture points per turn from that. All right, anyway, chop, chop. With no tech trading, bulbs are less valuable. Yes, I think that's true, but it does depend on the situation. because it's harder to get techs, they actually can be super valuable too. If you can hit a key tech before like anyone else can get to it, it actually can be super valuable. So as usual, it's an it depends answer, as usual. All right. Why are you running a priest specialist? Okay. Why are we running a priest specialist here? I think I'm gonna grab. I think I'm gonna grab this spot right now. With this, we'll whip a settler here next turn and grab this spot. That does mean we're gonna shuffle one of these food resources away from Greenland. So I will need a little more worker attention here. But this city can work this tile on the lake, and then maybe a couple cottages, and sadly that's about it. We had it situated here, but I think the reason we had it situated here was so we could grab some of these tiles. I think maybe we slide it down a tile, because then we can work this lake tile as well. So I think we slot this down one tile. Again, the truly scraping the bottom of the barrel on this map for some of these city locations. Because here we can work. Oh, I know why it was here, because we were going to try to grab these. Yeah, originally we were going to try to grab the deer tiles, but they're obviously never going to happen. We're not going to steal that away. Best boreal boy. Well, I actually have to work a tile here because. Oh no, actually I could run a specialist here if I wanted to. That's probably a little bit better. Or merchant. Either or. Run the merchant. Oh, you want to put it one side? I put it in the exact same spot. Thank you. Me not paying attention. Thank you. You're like, you just put it in the exact same spot again. Yes. We have 2 tiles that produce 2 foods. This gives us 4 food. These are food neutral. And then we can work. We can cottage these 2 and then mine this. So the city caps out at size 6, I think. And that's as large as it can get. Not exactly amazing, but we got to work with what we can. Okay, we're gonna need Buddhist missionaries at some point in those spots over there. Mount Buddy. I actually wanted Mount Buddy to put its production into the courthouse next, but it's fine. The barracks was mostly done. We might as well finish it. All right, Hidden Valley, almost there. I guess we'll have to mine some of these other ones. I guess I could windmill maybe some of these tiles, but we could take this tile back actually. I'm gonna take this one back. Oh, I think I'd actually rather work this tile for the 2 commerce, as sad as that is. All right, where are we? We're at the top of the map here. It is a big map. Remember, I am on a large map here. All right, so now I need some place for these workers to go. Well, there's definitely more work to be done. Especially, we're going to need some help up here. Oh, I can take that chop sign off the map, too. I know some people leave signs on the map, like, forever. They bug me if they're on the map and they're not cleaned up. I actually wouldn't mind roading some of these tiles. Why don't you guys road this tile, and then maybe we can road on the east bank of the river, too. Yeah, we might as well road this tile while we're here. Alright, South Park finally has a somewhat decent tile to work. This city is really sad. We're just going to work this and I think the 2 gems mines. I think this city stays at size 3. I don't see much benefit to doing anything else right now. That's probably the best. Like, I was hoping I get that resource, but that ended up being grabbed by Napoleon first. So I think it just stays at size 3. This gives us 4 food, and this is a net 0 food tile. This is a net 0 food tile. I mean, it's like, what else do we do? Work a grassland? I mean, okay, if we could ever farm this tile, if we could somehow get irrigation down here, we'd have to go through. I mean, I guess we could farm this tile, but yeah. Christianity is spread in South Park, cries in Kyle. Oh yeah, we're gonna need a worker up here to, oh god, I guess cottage these riverside tundra tiles. Oh my, this is such a bizarre map. Anyway, Greenland, we're gonna whip the settler, which is fine. We're just whipping off a specialist, and we're gonna need the unit to guard it. So this axe can come over here. Be ready to help out with that next turn. Is Napoleon still at war? Yes, yes he is. He should be at war for some time, I would expect. Somehow this Barb City still has not been captured yet. If I can get maces and it's still there, I might just walk through Napoleon's territory and just raise it. Not that I want that spot. I don't want this spot because it's too surrounded by an AI culture. Like, I don't think I could hold it, basically. But you never know, maybe. I don't know. It just feels like this would, like, commit me. Oh, there's another city right here, too, that I don't have visibility on. But yeah, I definitely have reached the limits of what I can settle. I mean, I guess there's, like, technically a gap here, but, like, what would be the point of putting a city here? There's no resources. There's no food. If Napoleon Wars drags on, it could be an opportunity to 2v1. And, well, Shaka's also in a war as well. The problem is these two are my best allies right now. I'm a little hesitant to go attacking my only allies on the map. My Civ is not in a position to go to war right now. I don't really want to go to war with maces. I would really prefer to get up to higher tier units than that. Attacking in the medieval era is rarely a good idea. It's just the game is so heavily stacked toward the defensive in that period. It rarely works that well. Anyway, we'll do the forge because that'll power up our actually, I was going to say power up our whips, but I think this city has no food. It's going to have to slow build stuff. Yeah, Greenland should be close to finishing that forge with the overflow. Sadly, Greenland's about to lose this tile, so it's not really going to... It looks like it has a lot of headroom to keep growing, but it's about to lose this tile, so it doesn't actually have that much food headroom. Wait, how big is this Barb City here? Could I somehow get units up to this Barb City? Capture this? That would be nice. Definitely keep an eye on Charlemagne. Well, we will, again. I just don't think that we're in any kind of a position to be fighting right now. Alright, let's work the 2 cottages. And we need to chop this... Well, yeah, we'll chop this forest as well. Wendy's. So we're basically saying Wendy's is not going to have much production, but it will have commerce, which is more important. Greenland, enjoy that extra unit for that extra food for the last turn. All right, and farming this. All right, and finish the road there. Soon we won't have to keep flipping back and forth here. So yeah, we're guaranteed to get Parthenon now because human player always wins same turn tiebreakers. Cool. Very nice. And then we'll have to do I guess we'll do the forge next. I don't think there's any. Oh no, we need to do National Epic. That's right. Yeah, we'll do National Epic. That's more important than any of these other things. Because we'll do National Epic, and then Oxford goes in here later. Cool. I mean, we're just like we're just gonna see how the game plays out. I think we can get a tech lead on these AIs. That's why I'm hesitant to try to fight. But I don't really want to be ramming maces into longbows. That's just a losing war to fight when I could focus on teching. The plan is Shaka and Napoleon do self-destructive things, fall really far behind in tech, blah, blah, blah. Let them fall behind in tech, and then we can hopefully clean them up with superior units in much, much easier fashion. We will have to get horses from somebody somewhere, but we can probably do that at some point if we ever want to build calves or something. I'd rather target that era when I could hopefully fight rifles and calves against medieval units, but again, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. Okay, yeah, see, now we're down to just 15 turns for a great person. Now, the type is going to be pretty mixed, but that's fine. We don't really care that much. Remember, we merged the Great Prophet Super Specialist earlier in the game. So yeah, let's do National Epic. That sounds cool. And then that'll give us more great... So we should get a great person in about 12 turns. I think that's about when we'll be ready to flip into a golden age and pop our way into... what's it called? Bureaucracy and organized religion, and maybe we'll pick up hereditary rule while we're at it, because why not, as opposed to not running anything in that column. Alright, Mount Buddy. You're the only city with a barracks. I actually am going to need a unit of some kind. So I might have you do another act. Well, no, I have a heroic epic city. Ideally, we just use the heroic epic city, and now the heroic epic is not done yet. But the idea is we use this. All right, so we'll whip this when the city is about to grow. And we do want it to be a 2-pop whip, but I think that we will get that, yeah. We'll be at 83 out of, we'll be at 82 out of 120. And that's still a 2-pop whip. Yeah, we'll get a lot of overflow, which we can put into Moai. Where's Moai? Yeah. Now, is there any way we can get stone from somebody, just out of curiosity? Like, I would love it if we could somehow beg stone. Oh, never mind. Well, so much for that plan. Oh, wow, it was an archer with 0.2. I might have been able to sneak that from someone. But yeah, it was probably inevitable that was going to get grabbed by somebody else. Can we build the Great Lighthouse? I mean, we actually can build the Great Lighthouse, which would affect one city. Only applies on coastal cities. We have one city that would qualify. Lake Wobegon does not qualify as a coastal city. And the reason why you know that it doesn't is it couldn't build a lighthouse. Deer Space is the only city that can build a lighthouse. If you want, so here are the very specific rules about what qualifies as a lake or coastal tile in Civ4. If it has a seafood resource inside, you can build a workboat. That's the rule on workboats. If there's a seafood resource inside, you can always build a workboat, no matter what size. Other than that, I believe it has to be 10 tiles to count as a lake. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I believe it has to be 10 tiles, and this is large enough to be 10 tiles. Thus, it is a lake, or it is a coast and not a lake, excuse me. Yep, it is not all cities. Nope, nope, nope. We would have definitely prioritized the Great Lighthouse if it applied to all cities regardless. That would make it a really overpowered wonder, though. Does the size change with map size? Well, I mean, you can pick different map sizes, right? And I'm playing on a large map here. But I dialed down the number of civs on the map. By the way, Zara being this large is definitely concerning. I mean, we have a decent amount of cities. We have, like, what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 with the capital. We're about to have 13. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. He has 17. I mean, that's a lot of cities. Like, that's a lot. He's not willing to trade. He has, oh my god, he has 37 deer tile. We have 15. He has 37. That is concerning. That is concerning that he has 37 deer tile. He has no horse. Yeah, no horses, though. I can't forget. Didn't somebody have stone earlier that they might be willing to trade us? Everyone is, like, unwilling to trade anything. So he has 20 deer. Shaka actually has the horses. 57. I mean, in an emergency, we could try to do something like that. We'll make this deal work. All right. If we give him a silver, it's a little more reasonable. Anyway. Well, sooner or later, we'll get more information about what is actually going on up there. All right, Lake Wobegon. Yeah, you are at least... So we can whip the market for 4 pop. We'll have to let that... Obviously, Lake Wobegon just needs to grow for a while. All right, next up. We should probably road this tile while we're at it. It'll make it easier to move up there. All right, next up, you guys need to mine this tile. Oh yeah, you guys actually had enough movement points to do that. Alright, that'll finish the forge at Hidden Valley. Now we need to farm this tile, and then start mining the tiles here. This is actually going to be a pretty good hammer city. I was going to say it'll be... And it has double gems, that makes it a decent cottage city, or a decent commerce city. Although the gem tiles don't synergize into the late game as well as, like, tons of cottages, but it'll give us more early game. Commerce, at least. This is our... We have 4 farms. This is our national epic city. We run lots of specialists here, right? No, it's not worthwhile to do that. We're going to do the poor man's version of a specialist city, which is just Great Lighthouse plus Parthenon plus national epic. This is going to be a poor man's version of the specialist city. Yeah, the gigantic ice sheet. Only one in the world, and it's right next to us. Yep, we definitely seem to have gotten... I would have to say this seems like... This map is rough to begin with, but it does seem like we have by far the worst starting position. I mean, I am in the corner, like the corner. There is no ability to expand east or south whatsoever. And then to go north, there's a humongous mountain range here. And then west, the world's biggest ice sheet. I mean, if there was an AI here, they would be so stunted. They would not even be remotely competitive. Like, my land is bad, but like, or like the land for everybody is bad, but like, look at Napoleon's core, right? Like, this is a lot better than what I have. I think Charlemagne just has a ridiculous number of deer tiles. I mean, everybody has a lot of deer, but like, look how scanty they are. I have a decent amount here in the core, but then it's like a couple on the river, a couple more here. Like, it's not like this. Alrighty, but that's what makes the game fun. I enjoy the games that are tough. Fortunately, this is only Emperor difficulty. It's not higher than that. Oh, this is not what we have to say no to this. This is not what I want, because it's going to give me a big fat malice with him. But I can't. I cannot declare war on Charlemagne. His trade routes are worth a lot, and it'll make him furious with me. I have to say no to this. Syrian said that the player always gets the worst start. He said that that's deliberate. We're going to have to say no, and unfortunately that takes a -1, which I do not want to get with him, but I don't feel like we have a choice. Alright, Forge in Hidden Valley. Ah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for the library. It's it's relatively cheap. We'll do the library, and then we'll probably do either market or courthouse. I don't know which one. I do want one of these. That's not good. Notre Dame's at engineering. We don't even have engineering tech. We're not even close to engineering, and someone just finished it. Oh, that's not good at all. That is very concerning. That means that someone is not just ahead of me. That means they're significantly ahead of me, unless they got to generate a great engineer. Because they not only do they have engineering, they also had the time to build a wonder too. It's not Zara either, because well, let's see who. Oh, it is Zara. Okay. It is Zara. Okay. Well, this is concerning. It's actually a good wonder for the AI too, because they always struggle with happiness. Well, let's just say I continue to be concerned. Yeah, I think we definitely whip a market. So we'll whip the market next, as soon as we can. Let's see. We get 37.5 shields per whip. So how much pop do we need to whip the market with this? 37.5 times 3. We probably need a 4 pop whip. Well, no, we're gonna get some overflow. We're gonna get a decent amount of overflow. We can probably 3 pop whip this at Wendy's. So we'll be able to whip that. Oh, and the courthouse is cheaper. The courthouse is only 120. Ran the math on the wrong one. Anyway, all right. Let's get you guys up here. You're gonna be needed up here soon enough. Yeah, the courthouse is better there. You're correct. All right, and we're gonna whip this next turn. Yep, and just in case I might ever need to move through here, I'll just build the road while I'm at it. You guys need to farm that. As we very, very slowly continue to fill in the map here. All right, we had a name in chat earlier for this spot that was really good. Scrolling back up. What was Best Boreal Boy? I had some other good suggestions too. But best. And Boreal's has 1 R, not 2. Just FYI. Best Boreal Boy. So let's get rid of the X. We do need to run a trade route over there. Poor Greenland. Yeah, Greenland now needs worker attention for sure. We need to get these tiles cottaged. Poor Greenland. Now it's just like a mediocre city instead of an amazing city. But we wanted this extra spot. And remember, another city is another place that we get trade routes. Oh, whoops. We got to go scroll back down here. Never mind. That is far better. Maybe the plan is kill Shaka, Napoleon, kiss up to Wangster, and Mansa, win by UN. I don't know. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I will just say that for right now, Zara is pretty far ahead, and it's concerning to say the least. But we have an academy. We'll get into bureaucracy here. That's going to give us a lot of commerce, and hopefully we can use that to catch up a bit. We got good trade. I mean, we actually have pretty good commerce income here. How many turns to our great person? It says 14, but National Epic will drop that, so it's probably about 11 turns. That's about how long it'll take us to research this, and then we need to get into, we need to do monarchy. And monarchy is actually relatively cheap because we have the double prereq, so I don't mind grabbing that either. I wouldn't mind getting hereditary rule. I mean, we're going to need feudalism anyway. We also need machinery. Calendar is pretty... Oh, we could try to do mausoleum. Oh, we could try to do mausoleum as well. I don't think... Has anyone... Wait, has someone built it? We need to check that. I think someone may have built it. No, the AI is probably ignoring it because they don't have plantation-based resources. There's like no plantation-based resources. So the AI is probably giving this tech low priority. We should try to build mausoleum if we can, because we have marble. Maybe during the golden age we can try to do that. Like if we're in bureaucracy, we can build it pretty fast with marble and bureaucracy. So let's definitely shoot for that as well. That's a very powerful wonder. Extra golden ages, or extra golden age length is quite good. All right, Wendy's. Next up, we said courthouse. Oh yeah, we can definitely whip the courthouse. That'll be whipped next turn. And you guys finish the road on that tile. Okay, I'm going to need you up here as well. I think Jewel Lake is going to need another cottage soon too. But the more immediate priority is we need 2 workers for Greenland and 2 for Best Boreal Boy. These guys. So let's just get you guys up. Can you get to this tile? No, not quite. Okay, well, we'll get you to here then. So we're working the only... I mean, this city is never going to be good, but we're working the only tiles that are of any use here at all. Now we'll go and connect the other gems. This city looks like it was just planted. I'm going to be so bugged if there's like that one hole in the fog on my map. If only I could build horse units. As I said, I probably should just build a scout and have them run through here. But all right, Deer Space is whipping right now. We just whip off bad tiles that we don't really care about. We get a lot of overflow. Unfortunately, it does not appear that there's any way I can get stone from someone to help with Moai, but gotta build it at some point, so we might as well. All right, let's turn on research. We can get it in 4 turns, so that sounds good. And yeah, we have enough money. Cool. Civil service in 4. Now, we can't get into bureaucracy immediately, but that's still good. And I think that we'll be able to get maces unlocked right around the time that I finish Heroic Epic, and then we can just start spamming them out of here. That city's going to do, like, this city is just going to do nothing but build units. We should have a decent amount of hammers, too. Let's see. I'm just going to count up the hammers we'll have. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Moai. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13. Oh, you know what we should do? We should probably just... I should probably leave these as lumber mills. I shouldn't have chopped this one. Let's just leave these for lumber mills. Yeah, we can leave these as lumber mills. Okay. Oh, and there's a hill tile up there we can improve as well. Okay. The lack of Game of Thrones Skyrim city names is startling. Yeah, I've never really never played Skyrim. Yeah, believe it or not a game I've played. And Game of Thrones, I have read some of A Song of Ice and Fire. I haven't seen the show. All right, fortunately, this Riverside did grab the correct tile. We're still wait. Shaka Bait needs to do its forge, doesn't it? But we can do a 2-pot whip if I wait 1 more turn, which I actually do want here. We're actually going to need the aqueduct too. Walker White is a city name. That's a good one, especially considering the type of map that we've got here. All right, Wendy's going to whip next turn. Greenland we recently whipped. Jewel Lake we also recently whipped as well. And yeah, just chilling. All right, forge done. On to Moai. Oh man, it says 37 turns. That's not great. But what we can do is we can keep whipping into this, right? And we can chop some of these forests too. Like, we don't need this forest. We can chop this. That's irrelevant. We can chop and mine that to get a little bit more production. We only have base production of 5 right now. Okay, well, let's see. If we actually were trying to just build this as quickly as possible. Okay, that's more reasonable, but we actually do want to... actually, for right now, that's still 2 turns either way, so I'll keep working this tile. We'll get there. Aided by some chops. Yeah, we actually don't... Well, I'll road this because I'm here. A great general born by Napoleon. Okay, that means the fight... Okay, that means there's real fighting going on out there in the fog. Like, there's actual fighting going on out there. It's not just like a phony war. Oh, hello. There's fighting going on right here. Oh, Zara was in a golden age. Okay, that actually makes me feel better. Okay, Zara's GMP is not as bad as I thought it was. He was in a golden age. Now, the problem is that food stat. That is concerning, but he was in a golden age, so the GMP was not quite as bad as it looked at before. Wouldn't Colossus... Yeah, Colossus would help. Colossus actually is a viable choice, too. And we do have the copper. Maybe... this is all water tiles, so it would help. It would help Lake Wobegon. Is that worth? It would help this city. Is that actually worthwhile prioritizing over the Moai and Heroic Epic right now? Do we try to prioritize Colossus here? We do have some chops to funnel in. We could try to save them until we have organized religion as well. We would get quite a bit from this, right? Because we get the double from copper. Yeah, it's not terrible. Maybe. The Great Lighthouse is definitely not worth it, but... You know what else we can do? We can actually chop forests, like, out here. They give us a lower yield, but, like, they do still give us... they still give us hammers for that. Well, the Moai is more significant because it's a heroic epic city. That makes it a little bit more significant, but... Alright, so let's see. We got workers here. I need... Actually, Best Boreal Boy doesn't actually really need improving for the moment because it can work this. It'll be able to work the lake tile when it grows. So let's get another cottage at Jewel Lake and another one at Greenland first. So yeah, we'll go ahead and assign 2 of you to do this. And then you, Greenland... Actually, Greenland's not growing anytime soon either. Oh, wait, we have this tile here. Okay, yeah. Let's get this tile chopped as well. But yeah, we can probably... once these guys are done... Okay, and Wendy's is going to whip its courthouse this turn. Okay, so Wendy's workers are now free. These workers can come up here. Yeah, we can just... we can chop this tile. We can chop these. We can chop these. They'll still go to... They're not going to be worth a lot, but they'll still go to this city. And we can definitely chop and mine that. So yeah, let's make a play for it. Moai we can do whenever. So if we're going to go for one of these, we should do the Colossus. It's actually not that expensive at all. So let's see. We get 67 hammers for chop. So that's like 3 more chops. And that's pretty doable. That's pretty doable. Moai takes forever to pay for itself without stone. Well, it does take a little while. All right, let's get you guys improving these tiles now. We'll do the chop first. Come on, Wendy's, pop your borders. We might as well finish the road while we're here. You never know, we might need it. But yeah, we'll put these workers to work. Haha. I want to preserve these forests for lumber mills, but that, again, we can chop that and then go and chop this and chop out here. Yeah. Yeah, there's no coastal cities in the world. So I mean, there's a couple, but not like over here. There's a coastal city over here, but not many. It is a weird map. It's such a weird map. I'm just looking to see if there's anywhere else I was planning on whipping soon. I need to get a unit up there for Hidden Valley. You know, the barb threat does seem to have abated a bit, so maybe we can just shuffle a unit up there from somewhere else. I mean, Hidden Valley is a pretty safe location. I'll shuffle and this axe can go over there. That's right. As soon as Wendy's pops its borders in 6 turns, I don't know that we'll need to keep fog busting for too much longer. This axe can go into Hidden Valley eventually. We might need this city to pop its borders too, though, before we have full visibility. That Barb, I mean, this Barb city is, this is a pretty awesome city. If I can ever get a stack together, maybe I would. Well, no, I don't really want a city that's surrounded on every single side by Charlemagne. That would be just like asking to get into a fight with him. It has sheep, yeah, a rare sheep tile, right? Okay, so our peace treaty with Shaka that was guaranteed ran out, but he's in a war right now, so we don't really have to worry about seeing much from Shaka. Also, we're prioritizing the cottages over... We'll do the market next. We're prioritizing the cottages over working the forest tiles. This is 6 turns to Hamlet. We just finished this one. Okay. We will need to come back and chop this down eventually. Well, no, actually, we don't really need to because we're going to get this tile under our borders soon enough. Okay, finish the road. You guys are going to chop here. And I'll almost finish the... You're going to come up here and help chop this. South Park. Ah, okay. We got part of the forge done. All right, you guys. Let's go get that tile improved. We'll chop first, and then these other workers can come chop one of these other tiles. Let's continue running back and forth in here. All right. Wendy's is okay for the moment. Let's chop this tile next. Oops, did I click on the wrong tile? I did. I'm not going to reload just to fix that, though. It's okay. That's fine. I might just road this tile while they're there. The worker's there. Looks like we can dial down spending and still hit civil service. Yeah, that's another... Wait, that's... All right, so confirm that Charlie does have... I don't think Napoleon's going to make much more progress. Charlie has protective longbows. That's not something you want to attack into. Oh, Napoleon has feudal. Okay, well, feudalism is going to be a cheap tech to research because it looks like the AIs all have it. That will not be an expensive tech to get. Shaka's got a stack here. Finally going to spot Zara's territory. Oh, wait, Shaka. This is right. I was waiting to whip this city. All right. Get a small amount of overflow. I think we actually do need to do the aqueduct or we're not going to have enough health here. This poor city. This city base, Shaka Bay basically exists to give us the marble. Does the Moai culture swing it? Not really, because the Colossus, I think, it makes more culture than Moai does. Well, yeah, Colossus is actually worth more culture anyway. But good question. Ah, Mansa. Oh, Mansa's a runt on this map. Mansa's tiny on this map. Okay. Hey there, Mansa Musa. He actually is not very good at all on this map. I wonder if we could trade him anything. We might as well get open borders with him. Interesting. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He has 11 cities. Okay, yeah, he's actually not big on this map. That's good, because if he were, then we'd be in a lot of trouble. 3 gold per turn. Alright, Mansa. He's a little baby Mansa. Let's see if we can get graphs on him at least. We have more than enough to get them with Napoleon and Shaka. Charlie, we're never getting graphs on. Zara, okay. We'll try to get them on Mansa right now. Hopefully I will remember. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god, okay. I literally said last turn, I was like, well, Napoleon's probably not going to capture anything else from Charlemagne. No, he just took a big city. I need to get a unit up there. We need to see what's going on up there. Let's take one of these axes. As long as this war's going on, we're not in any danger whatsoever. There's not like a barb's going to hit us. Let's run this guy through Charlie's territory. Let's go see what's going on up there. This is where I wish I had a scout, but... Alright, yeah, just do that. Actually, I decided not to build the road there. Maybe we should be more scared about Napoleon. Maybe. I'm just glad he's not attacking us. Basically, I'm really glad he's not attacking us. All right, Jeweled Lake and Greenland. Oh, right, the 2 places I had my workers chopping in preparation for cottages. Okay. And here we were not working that tile, so that's fine. Now, of course, you don't have to dial down the spending. Like, there's no Civ 4 does have overflow math, so like you don't get there's no like advantage to doing this. Oh, but oh, hello. I think as nice as this is, I think I'd want to. I would think I'd prefer to grow a little bit faster. Well, actually, I think I would rather have the Colossus finish a little bit faster here. Oh, and it takes us to an even breakpoint on the map. So remember, forges give you plus 25% production, but you have to hit the exact numbers. So like if we're at 7, we only get 1 extra hammer, but if we're at 8, we get 2 extra hammers. So yeah, that actually is worthwhile to hit that breakpoint. Wouldn't write Manta off, has a shrine, spread it well. It's true. You can never write Manta off. I mean, he's Manta, right? We've seen this from AI Survivor. He is always a threat to win economically. That said, I do think Zara is the bigger source of concern right now. I do think he's the bigger source of concern. All right. How close are we on National Epic? 4 turns? Now the question is, what do we pick up next after Civil Service? I think we grab Monotheism, because we're going to go into Organized Religion. We want the Forge plus Organized Religion combo. And then the question is, what next? We could finally maybe we pick up archery so we can actually build cheap archers for garrison units. Maybe. Oh, that's right. We're gonna go to calendar because we want to try to build mausoleum. Compass for explorer. Compass for explorer. I hear you. We'd finally be able to defog the map, but we actually could defog the map a lot faster. I think there's higher priorities, though. I'm afraid. I think there's higher priorities. At this point, we can skip archery. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get what's it called? We're gonna. Oh, the other thing is, does anyone have hereditary rule as their favorite civic? Was the other thing I was curious about. Free market, theocracy, vassalage, police state. No. Okay. I thought maybe for diplo reasons it would be worthwhile to do that, but it is not. I mean, explorers would legit be useful. It's just the problem is there's other stuff that's more valuable to go for on this map. Farm spread irrigation. Oh, wait. That's right. I have the 1 tile I have to farm up there. Let's pick up Monotheism while we can. Up. No cottage. This is the 1 tile we have to farm. This is the only tile we have to farm on this map. Because the chat will get mad at me if I forget. Great engineer just born by Charlie. That's a little... He's going to get some kind of wonder. Don't take a wonder I want. Maybe he'll be dumb and use it on a specialist. Because we must spread irrigation here. Besides, we can always cottage this tile. And, well, we can cottage this tile. And we can mine this tile here. That's right. We can cottage this and mine this. Food is so rare on this map. The opportunity to irrigate for extra is definitely worth doing. All right, you guys are gonna chop into the Colossus. Oh hey, Wang Khan. Okay, he's all right. So Zara is the big threat on this map. Wang Khan and Manta are both smaller. Okay, hi Wang Khan. Yeah, he only has 22 deer. That's only 22 deer. And he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, he's about the same size as we are overall. Okay. He refuses to sign open borders. And, oh, he's the founder of Confucianism. Okay. Cool, well, at least now we've met everybody. That's kind of cool. And we can apparently do monotheism at a... Watch, if we were to do 100% science here, we get an inflated GNP. Yeah, look at this. Because everybody knows this tech, we get an inflated GNP on it. So it looks like we're actually... Is this a double prerequisite tech? Nope, just 1 prereq tech. But obviously we're not going to do that. So we don't need calendar until national... Well, I'm gonna get this great. All right, we'll take this, but I would like to get. I'm just thinking, how much does it take to get into get to calendar? Because I would love to have the capital go immediately on to what's it called? Mausoleum as soon as this finishes. Okay, we might be able to do this with a wealth build here and there. 3 turns for this, and yeah, let's try to get to calendar first. I might run a thing of wealth builds just to get this done faster. We're squeezing every single bit of commerce out of this map that we can. All right, we're in Zara's territory. We finally have scoped out like the full limit of there we go, Hidden Valley. Let's get this tile improved. We'll do this one next if we're actually working this tile. We've actually scoped out the full extent of Shaka's territory at this point. So Shaka's territory, we can see the whole extent of his territory here. Charlemagne is pretty big, but you can see Napoleon took a pretty big bite out of him by capturing these 2 cities. I'm surprised. Well, hopefully that were a stalemate. We don't actually want Napoleon to run over Charlemagne. Yeah, I just don't see how he does it with like protective longbows everywhere. I don't really see it, but you never know. We can always look at the power graph. Was there like a big shark fin on? Yeah, that's concerning. That's right. We don't have graphs on Charlemagne yet. Okay, that's a little bit concerning, but is what it is. I'm a little concerned that Zara's running away with this game. He obviously must have a tremendous amount of territory. It's okay. Shaka's gonna be fine. Shaka's gonna be fine, you guys. He's fine. Come on, Shaka lose a war. That's not gonna happen. Let's not be silly. If Zara runs over Shaka, then we are in very, very serious trouble. Only so much we can do, though. Our start is just so bad. There's only so much we can do. All right. Market for... I think we'll do the courthouse first, just because it's cheaper. I think the yield of market versus courthouse is pretty comparable here, and so we'll do the one that's cheaper. Hagia Sophia. So that means he has theology. Oh, okay. Well, at least he rushed a wonder I don't care about. I'm trying to fill in the last few gaps in our territory here. All right. So yeah, this will probably just about finish the Colossus when it finishes. Or it'll be really close to finishing. What the? Wait, how are we starving here? Oh, we lost that tile. Oh man. Oh no. How do we lose that tile? What the heck? How much culture? Wait, how does he have so much culture in here? He got to 100 culture that fast? Oh, that's... Well, we should be able to take that. Oh, wow. Yeah, he has built a library, a monument, a temple, a coliseum. Wow, okay. Oh boy, that's well, that's not good. We should be able to get this tile back in time, but still, that's... Yeah, well, hold on. Oh no, it's second ring for us though. We're not going to get this tile back until we don't get this tile back until we cross the 100 culture mark, and we're not close to crossing that. That's not good at all. Oh boy, well, he just crippled this city because this city's about to starve, and there's like nothing we can do. We'd have to build. Yeah, there's really nothing we can do. It's just going to start down to size 1. I don't see any way to avoid that. Yeah, I mean, that spot would have been... I was hoping I could get a city up. I mean, this spot is absurd. I was hoping we could get a city there, but, like, the distance between... Like, Napoleon's start is here. He just has to go straight down this river. I started here. If only there had been a pass through these mountains here. Can you imagine if, like, this tile had not been a mountain tile, how much easier this map would have been? I had to go all the way up this river valley, up to here, and then up through this one narrow choke point, and then down here, and then up here. Yep. It's unfortunate. His terrain's, and then, yeah. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. But I mean, if I could build windmills, I could keep this city from starving, but I can't, unfortunately. So just gonna start down to size 1. Well, nothing we can do. That's too bad. I'm surprised that he outputted so much culture that quickly, but I guess Rouen is a really good spot. Hey, we're beating Wangkon and Shaka and Mansa on the scoreboard. Like, I'll take that. All right, so I'm just trying to think any places we need to whip. This city can't whip yet. Shaka Bait is just regrowing after its forage whip. Unfortunately, it does need the aqueduct because it's going to be at the health limit afterwards. And let's see. These cities were recently whipped. You should be working the water tile, which you are. Well, we can chop to finish the granary. You're building that farm. You're almost done this cottage. Then Jewel Lake can work this tile. So almost there. And yeah, I don't think any of these other cities, I don't think they're in due for a whip, any of them. I'm just chilling. He said we probably need to build. Alright, so I might as well mine this tile while we're here. I thought there'd be a road there. There was not. Great scientist for Napoleon. Alright, so we will need to, and I have to fill in this gap in my, if I don't fill in this gap on my mini-map, I'm going to be so annoyed. There's a Barb City, there's only so much I can do. Alright, yeah, Colossus is just about done. Oh, we're like 1 shield off of finishing it, so we'll finish it this turn. Hey, there we go, Colossus. Now we need to finish Calendar. So, who actually has shields? Where's our city list here? Basically nobody, but Wendy's is the, wait, Wendy's is the next best? Oh man, my Civ is not good, is it? Wendy's is like my 3rd best city. All right, but if we build wealth here and Greenland or Hidden Valley, I guess Greenland had a barracks nearly done. We might as well finish that. All right, with 2 cities bidding wealth, we can finish this. And then we'll be able to have the capital go straight from National Epic onto Mausoleum. And we'll make our best show at that. All right, Jewel Lake, here we go. Cottage done. Wait, why aren't we what's going on here? Why aren't we working this cottage? We should have been working this cottage. Whoops, we must not have been working that top for some reason. Anyway, we'll build a road there. Yeah, we need replaceable parts would be nice, so we could build the lumber mills, which sure would be nice. That and the windmills getting +1 production, which definitely be nice on this map. Colossus being a key wonder on this map is really absurd. Building the Colossus here, yep. I mean, anything to work this out. All right, now we need organized religion because we're about to do the. Oh, hey, you know, I wanted to sign that with you. You wouldn't, you weren't interested. Oh, he has furs. Okay. We might, what if we, let's see. He's willing to trade it for the silver. We should probably do this because we're going to connect the silver shortly, right? He also has horses, but he's not willing to. We should do this because we're about to connect the... now, we won't get the doubled happiness that we get from the forge, but I don't think that actually matters. Let me check just to see that doesn't matter anywhere. All right, monotheism. I don't think that the fact that we get double... I don't think any city would actually matter. Because, like, this city does not have a forge, so it won't matter if we trade that for that. Mausoleum, here we go. By the way, look at this. Great person in 3 turns. I actually have a lot of culture here. Cultural victory. No. So we'll go for the Mausoleum. Sadly, the city can't afford to grow any more than this. There's just no food available. I guess I could steal this deer tile back from one of the other cities, but what we really need is just to like get to the point where we really need like biology farms, honestly. Although maybe I should take that deer tile back. All right, we definitely want the courthouse here. There's a Colossus. The Colossus on this tiny lake is like the dumbest thing. Oh, that's right. Market's also double first. True. All of our lakes got boosted. Yeah. It's worth more. All right. So now the three food. I love the three production or the three commerce water tiles. We're also gonna pop borders faster here now too. Okay, now we do Moai. You're gonna be aided by some chops out here in the wilderness. All right, let me just check real quick to see. All right, Wendy's goes back to this poor city. All right, but nobody's gonna hit the happiness cap, right? Yeah, you're fine to make that deal. You're fine. Oh, look at Lake Wobegon. Yeah, look at Lake Wobegon now. A mighty city. Oh boy, these maps, man. And Riverside will probably need to whip something soonish. Not the market. I should probably not whip anything until I get an organized religion. But I should probably not whip because we're going to be in a golden age very shortly. Yeah, okay. Well, we can make that trade. I don't think we need... I mean, do I need horses in, like, the near future? I do not, so that's fine. Also, even if I wanted to trade for the horse, he wants, like, some crazy... we need to turn off science for a turn. Oh, we can actually get... Wow, we can actually get this... Wow, okay, that's very cheap. And the borders of Wendy's have expanded. All right, so Wendy's is going to start grabbing this tile back again now. So now we still have to fog bust for the time being, unfortunately. All right, you guys get over here. Get the chopping for deer space. Oh, there's a city there. I just want to see what's going on in this war between Napoleon and Charlemagne. Right, finish that road. Let's go improve this tile now. Oh, whoops, here. Well, there's a big mountain range between Zara and Shaka. And I mean a big mountain range between the two of them. We might as well go here. Nothing else to do. Or South Park. This poor city. Hey, we finally have 5 food on the wheat tile. Hooray. Oh yeah, and you need to swap back. You might as well finish your barracks. Alright, we need to improve this tile now. And then we need to run a road over to Best Boreal Boy. And we need to connect the silver. State property watermills will be awesome. I did switch everything back off wealth, didn't I? Yes, I did. State property watermills would be nice, yes. Although I will not generally want to... I probably will not want to bulldoze mature cottages for them. All right, so we get our great person in 3 turns. It doesn't matter what type it is. It's going to be used on a golden age because we need to flip these civics. And we can hopefully do mausoleum pretty fast in the golden age. Remember, every single one of these plain tiles is going to pick up a shield. And on top of that... we're going to get the bureaucracy bonus as well. Because like we only technically get 14 base production, but that's going to go up by a lot with bureaucracy in play. Look at these French units running around in my territory.
I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
All right, what's next? What's our next text goal? So we got calendar. I think we do want to get construction. It's going to be pretty cheap. And we are going to need catapults. It's in the near future. We could also try to do machinery, because that would let us build crossbows. There might be some places for windmills. Watermills, not so much until we can get state property. Oh, ironworking is so cheap. Let's see if we can spot where the iron is. Ironworking's really cheap. Let's see if we can get that. We're also going to run 0% science for the next 2 turns, and then we'll turn science back on when we are in the Golden Age. All right, poor Jewel Lake. I mean, like, we could potentially want to do windmills on like these tiles, maybe. I don't know if that's even worthwhile though. Yeah, it's pretty bleak. All right, I think Jewel Lake is fine. It already has a tile to grow onto. Let's have you two guys go help out at Best Boreal Boy. We might as well road our way over there. You do need iron for crossbows, yes. Just taking our time here. All right. You are just exploring. Crossbows. By the way, how close are we to getting Mansa's demos? We need a couple more turns with him. All right. Yeah, so we get like half the value of a chop out here, which is better than nothing. I'm gonna road this tile. Is there any point in roading this tile? Not really. Not really. This tile though actually has more rationale for. Wait, we lost control of this tile. Wait, didn't I have control of this tile? I have to get control. There's no way that Avignon. Yeah, there's no way that Avignon should have control of this tile. How much culture does this guy have? This is Napoleon, right? He's not exactly a cultural powerhouse. He doesn't have anything special there. Well, we just built a wonder, so we should get control of this tile back again. Stupid poor deer space. I mean, yeah, we're getting 8 culture. Okay, so we're going to hit the 100 culture border. Has Avignon hit the 100 culture border? Okay, that's why. Avignon hit 100 culture before we did. That's the only reason it got control of this tile. But deer space will also hit 100 culture really soon. And then we should be able to push this back with a freaking wonder in place. I mean, we're also going to build Moai, which gives 4 culture. And then we're also going to build Heroic Epic, which is another 4 culture. So I feel like we should have enough to gain control of this. If you wait 4 turns before chopping, that's true. Because if we wait, we can get the organized religion bonus. That's why I'm going to do the chop in this order here. Okay. Would like to have that road mined. All right. Oh, you are still chopping. Yeah, we just need 2 more turns. Oh, right, because the trials will be in the borders. That's true. I was thinking about the organized religion part. Well, that actually does make sense. We can take it to 1 turn away from finishing and then chop this tile and then chop them both once they're in the borders. That makes a lot of sense. Good suggestion. We'll find out if we have iron or not, which will be nice. All right, the barracks is not that necessary. We're also going to need more stuff to work on because, like, once the courthouses are done, we could use something else to build in our cities. Like, what's the next thing we would want? Well, we sure would like to get to guilds for our apothecaries. Would be certainly very nice. So we might want to make a run in that direction too. I would love to build some knights, but of course I don't have horses. There's no horses within 1 billion miles away. So that's out. We probably need to grab construction next, just because we do want to have the ability to train catapults, and the bridges across the rivers would be nice as well. By the way, does anyone have tech trading yet? Anyone? Okay, Wangkon is alphabet. Okay. Well, we can see how far behind we are now. He is monarchy, alphabet, archery, horseback riding, ironworking, construction, and machinery. We are up civil service and calendar. Oh, we're also up aesthetics and literature. Okay, we have some text. He's a little ahead of us, but not that far ahead. That's not as bad as I thought it could be. Let's not look at Zara. We can clean up a lot of these texts really cheaply. As I said, we might want to knock out monarchy while we're in a golden age, just so we can pop into hereditary rule so that we can actually get something, so we're not just having nothing in that column. It's the same upkeep cost too. And we will need it for feudalism anyway. Like we have to research feudalism anyway, so it's not like it's a waste to get monarchy. It's also very cheap because we see the double arrows. With double prereqs, this tech is very cheap to research. Also, it's known by like all the AI leaders. But I do think we'll do so we'll do that before the Golden Age is over. But yeah. Alrighty, what do we have here? Another great General Born. Man, there's some real fighting going on. So we can't see everybody's demos, but we can see, let's see, GMP. Okay, I mean, you can see we're competitive on GMP, even with Zara. Actually competitive on GMP. That was when he was in the Golden Age. Food, we're doing our best. There's only so much we can do. Power is a problem. Culture. Yeah, Napoleon is hanging strong. Shaka definitely looks like he took one bad loss. I wish we could see Charlie's bar graphs, but we can't. This axe is going to get close soon to seeing what's going on over there. All right, you guys finish that. Okay. So this is already pre-chopped. One of you go here, and one of you go here. And then you guys have that chop ready to go. And then this chop will go in next turn to Hidden Valley. Which I guess is at its limit as well. Okay. Rather work that out. Yeah, I guess this is as far as we can get it to size 7 is as far as we can get this city. Alrighty. Oh, you guys... Alright, well, instead of wasting a turn, we'll just have you road this tile as well. And then we can road over there to Best Boreal Boy next turn. Alright. You are... Yeah. Okay. Alright, it's a big turn. Let's see what we get. We will probably get a scientist here, but the odds are not guaranteed for a scientist. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to do this either, but I can't cancel my deals with Zara. He already dislikes me. I hate to take the -1 with Shaka, but alright. Oh, we got a great artist. Interesting. Not what I was expecting, but we'll take it as the fighting continues out there. Glad that's not us. Alright. Golden Age has begun. Bureaucracy. Organized religion. We do not want... We need to stay in slavery. We don't have enough... I mean, caste system's kind of useless on this map. We don't have enough food to run specialists anyway. So, like, there's not much point. I did hit the revolution button, didn't I? Okay. Alright, yeah, look at this. Now just like that. Mausoleum, look at this. Woo! 6 turns now. Very, very nice. Let's see how... Yeah, that ironworking is pretty cheap now, isn't it? Alright, what's our 100% research rate now? 500 beakers per turn. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, there we go. There's our Golden Age demos. Whoop. Not the most realistic, but alright, how long would it take to research that? So no one has philosophy yet. That's good. No one's researched this. We know this because we can see the little Taoist symbol. Oh, music? The great artist is still there, you guys. The music great artist is still there. I thought I did switch to bureaucracy, didn't I? Bureaucracy, organized religion, didn't I? Do we grab the music great artist here? It says it's still there. If it's been taken, it does not say first to discover receives a great artist. I mean, that's half of another Golden Age right there. I feel like we should grab that because that's half of our next Golden Age. I mean, we're unlikely to get... It seems like a good plan, right? I'm just checking to see these other two. I mean, yeah, we can one turn. I mean, like we can two-turn machinery from here. How about a break even in the Golden Age? It's like 3.5 turns. I think we grab the music great artist because it's still there. Like if it's there, no, music doesn't really do anything for us, but it is a requirement for what is it? Isn't this a requirement for one of the future techs? Yeah, military tradition. What am I thinking? Always kind of a weird cross-tech tree requirement, but we will need it if we ever intend to build calves. Of course, we'll need horses if we ever intend to build calves as well. But, yeah. I mean, I guess we could technically go for Sistine Chapel, but we don't... We don't have enough food to run any specialists, so that's kind of pointless. But oh yeah, great artist. I mean, that seems pretty worthwhile to do. And now we have 8 turns to get. I think we can get monarchy. How much is monarchy here? Um, it's a pretty cheap tech, right? Where is it? That's the very first one. I mean, that's like a turn of break-even research to get monarchy. I'm pretty sure we can get that before the golden age is over. Okay, let's do it. That way we can do another golden age, hopefully with the mausoleum in place. Sistine might not be a bad investment for fail gold, maybe. I generally don't like to rely on fail gold, but I know it can be very effective. All right, still trying. Up, here we go. Let's head up there and see what the heck's going on over here. All right. Oh, there's a large lake in the middle of what's his name's territory. All right, Greenland got a sparse chop. Oh wow, look at that. That took out like half the courthouse. I will say the golden ages feel extremely powerful on this map because there's so many tiles that are low yield. Like getting the production increased on them just seems to make a huge difference. Yeah, Moai will be able to finish during this golden age. So that's cool with these forest chops. Only 2 more turns. Oh, you know, if I had music here, I could actually abuse the culture bug. If I had music, I could actually abuse the culture bug this turn. That's pretty hilarious. Anyway, so 2 turns. Let's see. Is there anything you guys can do? It's gonna take. Okay. Well, you know what we can do? One of you goes here, and one of you goes here to help us chop this down a little faster. And then that'll finish after literally the turn after the borders expand. That'll finish. All right, and you guys need to build a road to Best Boreal Boy, and then we need to hook up the silver. First the road, then the silver. And you need a cottage. Interesting. No, everyone's like, hey, the cavalry needs military bands. A cultural victory. I feel like the problem is a cultural victory would be really tough. I'm not saying it's impossible on this map, but there's just so little food. It would be really hard. It would be hard to do. I'm just trying to win any victory at all on this map. All right. Courthouse done. We technically don't even need a unit for military police because we don't have enough happiness for that. All right, market. Oh my God, Napoleon is eating this guy for breakfast. What the? I'm starting to get worried about Napoleon now. How is he chomping through Charlemagne with all his protective longbows? How is he even doing that? Like, look at this city. This is like not even protected. Has 1 longbow and 1 archer. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyway, so Hidden Valley. So technically, we're kind of done improving tiles over here. I mean, we can chop stuff, but I'd rather save these for like future use here. So these workers are kind of done over here at the moment. Now that we're not like hyper expanding, we're kind of hitting the point where we don't need 1 billion workers anymore. I don't want to like get rid of them or disband them, but I don't know that I need this many workers here. Sadly, we will not. I mean, we're going to finish the forge here, but we should chop to try to get at least the library done here. And I need to get religion in here as well. 1 pop whip the starving city. I mean, I can try. I might as well because we're going to lose that pop point, but I'll like try to run it down into the last second. We could whip it for a scout. 1 pop whip a scout. Help us explore the map. Can help chop something out. But like this, I guess I'll build a road here, I guess. I don't know. Just in case I need something there later. All right, well, this will get us a trade route connection. We should now have demos with Mansa. I think I want to run them with him for a couple more turns. By the way, Wang Khan, I don't even know if it's worthwhile trying to get his demos. He apparently is obsessed with spending on espionage as well. As we continue to run back and forth here. All right. Moai hopefully finishes pretty soon. Yeah, we're kind of working all the good tiles here. I mean, I could work this, I suppose, but what does this put us at? This puts us at the 12. Oh, yeah, this will put us at 12, and then this takes us to 16, a nice round number. All right, we'll get the border pop, and we should get this tile back shortly. One pop whip this. Yeah, so I could whip it this turn, but remember, there's a penalty for whipping with nothing in the box. I'd rather have as many turns as possible working these two tiles. We have like next turn on this turn I have to set something that we can whip, and then I'll have to see what I can actually whip. Is there a spy specialist somewhere? Good question. I bet there is. Hidden Valley and Wendy's, I bet. Because it's not this city, right? Hidden Valley and Wendy's. I bet one of them did grab a stupid spy specialist. No. Hidden Valley, then? No. Oh, it's just courthouse espionage points. Okay. Those are just the cities I finished the courthouses. No worries. The AI loves those. We all know the AI is obsessed with those specials, those spy specialists. All right. Whoa, we're actually past everybody except Zara in score now. Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted. So now we can abuse the culture bug. All right. More importantly, though, let's go ahead. Oh, I never even... Oh, we need to do... let's go ahead and get monarchy before we forget, before the golden age runs out. Forge done. I guess it's on to courthouse next. I love our golden age. Our Golden Age 4 commerce market. Obviously, I'm not going to whip any of these cities during the Golden Age. Okay. We actually do... we'll do the courthouse. We might as well. It helps us with espionage, if nothing else. I'll probably whip this city when the Golden Age runs out. We finish the aqueduct and the courthouse. As I said, we need to get to another building. All right, so what do we one-pop whip here? Honestly... We could do another unit. I mean, we do have, like, no units up here, but as long as France is in that war, we don't have to worry too much about that. Still, that war is going to end eventually, and we're going to need some actual military, so hopefully we can get that heroic epic pretty soon. But the problem is if I, like, trained an axe or a spear, these units are kind of useless now. I actually kind of like the idea... Oh, we can just one-turn the scout. But, like, what would I one-pop... Oh, we could one-pop whip a barracks, I guess. I'm trying to think, like, I can't one-pop whip a library. That wouldn't work. It wouldn't be possible. Even though I would like to get a library in here. Well, we do have a chop coming in. Actually, we have a chop coming in. With the chop, I think we could actually do the library. Because this chop is going to finish next turn. Oh, wait, but... Oh, there's the great artist from music, so we did hit it. And the borders of Deer Space 9 expanding. Nice. Well, let's think about this in a second. All right. So, chop in Deer Space. Chop. Moai is down to 5 turns remaining, and we got another chop to toss in as well. So, yeah, we did get most of the value there. We got 24 out of the 30, which is not bad for something that's out in the third ring. So if we chop this, it'll finish in 2 turns, but we wouldn't be able to, we'd have to wait a third turn. Yeah, no, this won't work. Can you whip the library and slow build it? No. Unfortunately, I can't, because it would be a 2-pop whip, and so I can't, unfortunately. I can't do the monastery either. No, it would just have to be one of these units. There's like not really a good choice. The only thing I could really do is the barracks. That's about the only thing I could do, which is probably worthwhile to do. Because we can take the overflow from the barracks. This will put us at 17. Oh wait, and we have a forge, yes. So and then we can take the overflow and put it in like the library. That way at least we get something out of this. Maybe with the library, if we can ever expand the borders, maybe we can... I don't understand how this has not been recaptured. There's literally 1 longbow and 1 archer in the city. I don't get it. That city looks completely undefensible, or indefensible, whatever the word is. As we like continue the slowest scouting of all time here. Yeah, I'm not sure that I need all these workers that badly at this point. Because the cities are like, none of the cities can grow much further, and we've kind of can't expand anymore. Some... almost misclicked there. Alright, you can just chill for the time being. Save for great work. And now, you're almost certainly going to be used for a golden age. And we could research drama, but you'd prefer not to use the those guys for golden ages. I mean, Sistine's only... It's only 9 turns. Maybe we should knock that out. I mean, it's built with... We might as well keep building wonders. Why not? It'll give us more great person points, I suppose. And we could also do... we should probably also... Actually, we should probably do the forge and the aqueduct over the stuff we don't really need here. Alright, well... I need somebody to chop that, because that should be 1 turn away chop as well, right? Alright, yeah. That's done. And then... you guys come back here. We do need some more work at Wendy's. Wendy's is just about ready to grow onto... oh, never mind. Actually, we don't need that. Remember I said we were going to get this tile back again, and we did? We got this tile back from Augsburg. So we actually don't need that much at Wendy's. Poor Wendy's is all out of food again. But we will need to cottage this tile eventually, so we might as well do that. Anyway. So yeah, we're coming along. Now I just have to remember to revolt to hereditary rule. I mean, so like commerce wise we're good. Food hammer wise we're not so good. Let's do we could try to take the philosophy religion and just bury the darn thing, but I don't care that much about philosophy. I'd rather push to like the next buildings that can actually help me are apothecaries and then universities. By the way, Oxford is also something we would very much like to put in the capital. But I think I'll use the rest of this golden age to keep cleaning up texts that are at the bottom of the tree. Ideally, we can use another golden age to try to get the liberalism prize and then slingshot our way to Taj and get another golden age. And then use that to push towards rifling, something like that. But for right now, let's get ironworking. I want to see where the iron is. And we'll probably do iron and construction. Let's just keep 1-turning these techs. Actually, I think I can do construction while still making money right now. Never mind. All right, we'll do ironworking then. This one we can actually make money off it. Yeah, okay, ironworking is pretty freaking cheap right now. What was that? Civic swap? Mansa Musa did vassalage. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to get these roaded so later on I can build lumber mills on them. Alright, you guys mine that. Mine that. As we continue to run in circles here. Alright, so Greenland can now work this tile. Like this. And, I mean, I think we just let this city grow. Oh, we need to improve that tile there. Wait, what the? Barb city borders are still there. Wait, what? Did this city get recaptured? What is going on here? Well, these borders are like so crazy over here. Napoleon has actually shot up into 2nd place now. He's looking a bit dangerous. All right, so we have Mansa's graphs now. Let's let's go back to this, getting espionage points with everybody except Shaka, and I don't need extra weight on Shaka. He already has. Let's give everybody else 1 weight and Shaka 0 because I don't need extra points going on him. And this should be fine. I mean, Charlie, we're never gonna just don't even bother with him. We're never getting graphs. He has spent an ungodly amount with me, but I think the rest of the AIs will be okay. Maybe Minecon we can get his graphs eventually. I don't know. But let's see what we've got. All right. GMP. Yeah, you can see the big spike when we go trigger our golden age. Yeah, Mansa Musa, not so great in terms of GMP. Production. We're in a golden age, obviously. Zara's production is out. Mansa not looking so good. Shaka not looking so good. Food. We're solidly middle of the pack in food, which is actually, I think, pretty good considering our position. Power. And we're just flat here. Shaka is not looking so great in this war. If so far Shaka has not lost any cities. If Shaka starts taking it on the chin, though, we could always try to start. I mean, this is a terrible era for offensive war because of the longbows are very dominant right now. But I don't know. We have no military to speak of right now, so there's not a whole lot we can do. All right, chop Moai down to 3 turns. Could cut that down to 2 turns potentially, but I think we're on a nice even number. Yeah, look at this. We get an even 40, and then we get, yeah. So this looks good. Moai's almost done. And it's actually much easier to build Heroic Epic. Look, this is much cheaper because we have the marble. We can probably get this done, well, not by the end of the Golden Age, but we'll get close. We'll get close. And I don't really need roads way out here, so you guys can come on back into my territory. Oh. All right, so we might as well road this tile while we're here. I mean, does Mansa have poor terrain? Everybody has poor terrain. I think Mansa often does struggle on like low food maps. It's like we've seen that in AI Survivor as well. Plus, we're really close to getting the mausoleum. I think we're gonna get this. Let me just see if anyone else. No one else has picked up alphabet tech yet. I wouldn't mind grabbing alphabet either because it does let me build research, which is not bad, and then I can just keep track of where everybody is on the tech tree. I wouldn't mind that either. All right, so he's currently up alphabet, archery. Feudalism, ironworking, construction. Again, we're going to be one-turning a bunch of these techs. Meanwhile, I'm up civil service, aesthetics, music, calendar, and that's it. But we're definitely catching up economically. Like, I'm number 1 in GMP while I'm on 20% science. If we were at, granted, I am in a golden age, but like if we were to run break even here, I'm way ahead. So economically, I'm looking pretty good, but food hammers are a problem. I've kind of configured my Civ for tech. We are going to have to take some more territory over from somebody. We just can't win on this amount of territory. It's too weak. All right, let's do construction. We do need this tech. And, oh, you know what I do need? I do need some missionaries. Since you already finished everything, I do need a couple missionaries. Why don't we do the monastery? And then we can squeeze out a couple, because there are some cities that do not have my religion, don't have Buddhism. It's not really my religion, it's technically Shaka's religion. But sure, we'll take the 10. We're not too proud to take the plus 10% extra science. I will have you do a barracks, though, because we're going to need to draft someday. Yeah, look at this. We're working all the tiles we can. And a city like this, you don't even want to whip this. You just want to let it build things on natural production. All right, so we finished this. Sadly, the city starves this turn, but we'll put some of the overflow into a library. And we can probably chop this forest, which will mostly finish it. Yeah. Poor South Park. Oh, we discovered a source of iron. Well, we do have iron under Mount Buddy, literally under the city, so that's a relief. Are there any other? Okay, there's another iron outside. Well, Greenland would have to pop its borders to 500 culture to get that, but we do have iron. That's a good thing. I'm just looking to see if there are any others nearby. There are not. Okay, that's helpful. We need iron to train knights if we could ever get horses. Shaka having another source of horses is one of those things that, wait, what the, how is there a French unit here? What the heck? Anyway. So yeah, we're saving these forests for lumber mills. Oh, we do need to chop this tile too. So, chop, no, road. This axe has been running back and forth for so long. All right, we do need to chop this. Look at this. We have enough overflow that, wow, we can do construction at 30% science. Nice. Oh, hello. Well, we found a stack of. But, like, this stack, there's no way that a stack of swords should be having success here, right? Am I crazy? There's no way a stack of swords should be, like, carving up this guy. Well, I don't know. Their borders are an absolute mess right now. Look at this. There's, like, Charlemagne cities up here, and then Napoleon cities here. What a mess. Okay, you guys. I don't know what these workers should go do. Oh, I think at Jeweled Lake. Jeweled Lake still needs some work. That's right. Jeweled Lake work this tile. We favor the commerce. But like, yeah, Jeweled Lake is out of tiles to improve. I guess we could windmill these tiles in case we can ever get some more food. Someday we can farm these for 3 food tiles. Like, but that requires biology, so still we might as well go do what work we can. So it's yeah, it's slim pickings to be sure. But like we are catching up tech wise. We really are. This golden age has helped a lot. And we're only 2 turns away from the mausoleum. Which, and by the way, we have another great person coming in 5 turns. If it's a scientist, we could certainly use it to light bulb our way towards liberalism, because we could probably use it to get a good portion of education. Have to think about it. Paper unlocking map trading will be nice too. Maybe we can actually get somebody's maps. We've been like very painstakingly exploring the map.
And on the pedestal, these
All right, we knocked out all the cheap stuff.
King of kings, look on my works, be mighty, and despair.
Let's get machinery because we're gonna need it for guilds anyway, and then that'll let us build maces. Also let us build windmills, which I realized I was already sending workers to go build windmills, even though I didn't have machinery tech. Okay, looks like we can probably do it in 2 turns. I believe we can also now revolt into hereditary rule this turn, which is fine. So let's knock that out. Yeah, if we have this, we've almost caught up with. Actually, we've definitely caught up. We will have passed Wang Khan once we have this. Machinery, and then we need to do, yeah, I think we're pushing for guilds as our next target, because I would like to build the apothecaries. The workshops, I just don't have enough food to support workshops. If we could somehow get horses, then we could even build knights, because we would need horseback riding as well. Maybe with Shaka, maybe he'd be willing to trade us his extra horse, but like I'm hesitant to ask until I need it. Could also maybe send him the marble for it or something. Anyway, we are going to get Mausoleum because we're 1 turn away. And again, the player always wins same turn tie breaks in this game, which is one very nice feature. Do we still lack archery? We sure do. Probably should have gotten it. Hey, now we have construction, so now we have bridges that go across rivers, which is nice. Okay. We might as well also connect this gem tile because, like, why not? And we can road our way through here. Oh, there's a sheep. What's with all these sheep? What is this creature known as the sheep? Poor South Park cannot work both tiles for lack of food. As I said, we should get control of this tile back eventually, but we need to pop the 100 culture border pop for that. At least we've... Okay, so Zara stretches a long way. Zara has a city here and also down here. Shaka really ran up against a wall. I'm surprised Shaka hasn't lost any cities yet. And yes, those wars are ongoing. They're still ongoing. By the way, how many espionage points has Charlie invested in against us? So we've put 105 espionage points in him. He's put 884 points in us. This man is obsessed with espionage. He spent... wow, he's put 1,702 into Napoleon, who's put 501 into him. Jeez, okay. Anyway, all right. Yeah, I need to cottage that tile eventually, but because Wendy's will eventually grow, and then Wendy's will just be stuck at size 8. A lot of these cities are not going to get much past like size 7 or 8 on this map. It's just not really possible because there's not enough food. Okay. There's another French city that they captured over here. All right, so yeah, France has captured a couple cities. Ulm, Prague, whatever this city is. Definitely taking a chunk out of Charlemagne. I wish I could tell what Charlie's power level is, but I can't see his graphs. And that's the, oh, he actually took over the Holy City. That actually could be bad for us though, because the AI is under strong pressure to convert to if they control a Holy City, they usually try to flip into that religion. Napoleon flipping into Christianity would be pretty bad for us because he would obviously we'd lose the shared religion benefit, which is the biggest plus we have to our relationship. Yeah, the deer cluster over here. Yeah, where was my starting? Why didn't I get this for my starting location, right? Look at this. where was my like look at this too. Where was this in my territory? But yeah, the Golden Age has been really good for us. And hey, here's the mausoleum. All right, excellent, excellent. This means that obviously we get plus 50% golden age length, and with the marble on hand, that means hopefully we can lock down Taj Mahal down the road. I'm really awking for that spot. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right, well, I mean, do we just build more wonder? Oh, you know what? Let's build the statue of Zeus. Because that will, I don't want to fight anyone else who builds it. So now we have extra happiness. The problem is we don't have enough food. We're going to get another great, we're getting great people pretty fast here. I'm hoping we get more scientists. Would be nice. And hey, we finished Moai as well. Oh, Moai in a golden age, you guys. The famous Moai in a golden age. Now we do heroic epic. Nice. Look at that. Moai in a golden age. Nice. Base production is 22 now. Again, we lose a lot of these hammers once the golden age is over, but this is still really nice. We'll be able to get about half of it done. Very nice. And then we should get this tile. Again, we're getting 12 culture per turn. We should get that tile back. The deer tile that we lost. All right. Okay, we did the barracks. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to have this city just build catapults because I'm going to need cats at some point for some reason. We have the barracks here. We don't need a monastery. That's whatever. This is not like an amazing commerce city. Let's just build catapults here for a while. Because we're going to need them someday. We are going to need them at some point. So. Okay, the Barb City was taken... Oh. Well. That's... Shaka's border city just went down to Zara. That's not what we want. Oh boy. Well. Might be good to start building some of these units. I mean, we can start building a mace stack. We'll do it. We're gonna start our military buildup in case we have to intervene somewhere. Okay, I would like. Look at this. I'm so close to finishing machinery. We can have someone somewhere. Well, I don't have alphabet, so I can't build the beakers. I just need to assign like one specialist, I think. All right. There we go. That actually was a city that Napoleon built himself. Maybe you, this warrior here, can maybe just clue me in on what's happening with the Napoleon, or not Napoleon, the Shaka versus, what's his name, war. You can road this tile, because why not? Alright, chop. The Shaka versus Zara war. Thank you. Yeah, because this is second ring for me. Oh, it's second ring for Avignon as well. That makes it a little trickier. But we should still, I mean, we should definitely have more culture than this city. We should be pushing the borders back here pretty fast. Maybe we can trade that silver for something. Okay, so this tile will eventually... You know what? I'll use the forest chop to finish the monastery. But I'll... Because a forest chop will finish that. But yeah, let's get this knocked out. I did take a screenshot of our insane two hammer, 4 commerce water tiles there. Yeah. So we'll oh, and I need to just assign like a specialist somewhere. Lake Woebegone, you can do something like, well, I need a city that has like a production tile that's not producing commerce. We can just scroll through some of these cities. That look at that. That actually finishes machinery, and just that one scientist there, amusingly. And then we'll let our science build back up again here. I do love the road that just goes nowhere. All right, well now we can build maces, so that's good. Let's do, you know what, let's do alphabet. It's very cheap. I want to track what text the AI has, and then we'll push the guilds after that. I don't think we need drama. Philosophy we don't need till we push the liberalism. We can probably get this while also picking up some gold. No, never mind. Okay, never mind. Well, we need to run a turn to 0% science. So this will be the end of the Golden Age. Yeah, I don't have enough to one turn it. Okay, that's fine. And let's not have Shakabate starving anymore. So, final turn of the Golden Age. Always sad to see it come to a close, but it was a really good Golden Age. We shot up the scoreboard really nicely there. Okay. Napoleon, why are you bringing a catapult down here? What are you doing? Why a catapult here of all places? Greenland, yes, that's right. Okay. Yeah. And then I'll get a missionary or 2 out of here. But I might have more cities. So, like, what cities still need a religious advisor? We have Christianity in almost all of them. Yeah, we need the safe Vesporial. Need it in a couple cities. Yeah, I'm concerned about Shaka. This may need to, as you said, we may need to intervene. So I'm gonna start building maces, my best unit available. If I can get to guilds, I will try to trade for Shaka's horses to try to build knights. But the problem is if he loses one of his sources of horses, he has 2, right? If he loses this source, he won't trade me the other one. But we'll see what we can do. I'd have to get to guilds first, but that is going to be our next target. All right, chop and Wendy's. Let's use this to do the monastery, and then we'll put the overflow into catapults. This we just wanted to road. But yeah, a lot of these cities are like done their infrastructure, so they can crank out a couple cats. And then the heroic epic cities should be able to do like probably 2-turn maces. If I'm reading this correctly, it should probably be able to do 2-turn maces. Something like that. Let's work this tile. We want the extra food. It has enough food to work. Yeah, just about all these tiles. Intervene, aka backstab. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to backstab him, but I can't have Zara take all his territory. Zara will be unstoppable if he gets all of Shaka's territory. If I could get like up to here, I mean, look, there's actual green tiles in there. Plus, I really, really would like my own source of horses. Like, really want my own source of horses. But we'll see. Alright, so we got the extra silver connected. I was going to say we'll whip the granary, but like the granary is going to finish on its own, so that's fine. Let's get to work chopping the remaining tile then. And here... Do I want to windmill this tile? That makes it a... Let's just work... Let's see. So if we mine this tile, then we're capped... If we mine this tile, then we're capped out at size 10. If we windmill this, we can work 2 additional tiles. That might be worthwhile. The windmill gives us... Well, the windmill gives us a point of commerce as well, so that's probably worthwhile to do. Also, windmills are fun. Windmills are kind of cool. Backstab of Shaka would be a brilliant move. I mean, like, militarily, we still have, like, no power at the moment. Oh, okay. That's not looking good. Yeah, that was looking increasingly like the move. Hopefully the Napoleon versus Charlemagne war just stalemates. I don't want Napoleon to get any bigger either. But we need like actual units that can do stuff. We don't have any. I mean, we have like 3 axes right now. All right, you need to get me some missionaries. Oh, what is this abomination? What is this abomination? Anyway. All right, now that we have the library, we should start to push back the borders a little bit. But we need to get over. We need to get over 100 culture. I think we'll do the monastery here because the Christian monastery will give us 2 more culture and let us push back the borders. I can chop this tile and I can chop this tile to finish the monastery faster. So we can maybe get that deer tile back. There's no point in roading the tile either. Okay. Another great general born. Oh my god. This is starting to get concerning. Shaka built the Great Lighthouse. Okay. Starting to get concerning how much territory, how Charlemagne is collapsing this badly. I'm not sure how he's losing this badly in an era where protective longbows are very dominant. He still seems to be struggling. Oh, whoops, that was the end of that unit's move. Zara still does not seem to be running around with particularly advanced units here. Alright, I'm going to chop that. I mean, it doesn't... This will just overflow into... The next thing we do is forge. I'll just queue that up now so I don't have to think about it. Windmill. Pop in Greenland, that was a spy. Oh, yeah. That abomination of a spy specialist. But now that the Golden Age is over, I mean, I suppose we could whip in some places, but most of these cities, like Riverside, I guess we could whip shortly. But the problem is I don't really have another building to construct here, so it's not like I'd just be whipping off tiles on and then producing nothing afterwards, which doesn't seem that good. We should probably be working the cottage tiles over this tile here. At least we grow a little bit faster then. Yeah, we're only we are 8 tiles away from Statue of Zeus. So what are our demos like now at break even? Break even is basically 50% research. We're number 1 in GMP at 50% research. We're up to 3rd in food as well. We are last in soldier count. Someone has 1.23 million. We're at 247,000. So we're last in soldier count, but again, we're 3 turns away from heroic epic. What are we producing right now? 12 base production. Okay. So let's see. We have enough food to work. We can work both of these tiles for 6 more to get up to 18. We can work this one as well. But yeah, we probably cap out at 18 production per turn right now. Obviously, lumber mills will help with that. If we windmilled this tile, we could work this, this, and this, which is probably the way to go for right now. So we probably have to come back and windmill this tile. That would be, let's see, so we're 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We get to 19, which is an awkward number. We'd rather be at 20. But that's not terrible overall. I mean, that's roughly like, what's it like, about 40 base production, about 40 production per turn. I mean, that's 2 turn maces. You can just do 2 turn maces like for a long time. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna play. Yeah, how are we 3rd in food? I know, right? It's a rough map, and a lot of the AIs are fighting right now. Is part of it too. It's also a big part. So I'm gonna do this turn. I wanted to see where the AI was in terms of with the alphabet research, but then I think it's a good stopping point for this session. No, definitely not. Sorry, Zara. We have to get up to higher tier units. All right. Next up is Feudalism Guilds is next. Buddhist missionary. You know, you also have a bear. I do need more of these missionaries because I want to convert the remaining cities that don't have religion. And then I can get catapults out of you, too. All right, Hidden Valley. Yeah, same thing. Let's do a barracks, and then you can do units. Like, your borders are finally going to expand. I don't need anything else here. I don't need health or happiness buildings. There's no reason to worry about any of those. All right, you. Let's come chop this for you. Poor South Park, who maybe someday will get their tiles back again. Oh, I forgot that we're going to get this tile back soon. We should, anyway. So we just got a great scientist. Now, that means we can trigger a golden age whenever we want. We can also light bulb something. I think we sit on this guy for the moment. I mean, the alternative argument would be put him in as a super specialist. But no, I think it's better to hold him. More, another great general. Oh, someone built statues. Well, that's fine. We'll get the fail gold from it. Who built it, though? That could be concerning. Hirsch. Molly. Okay, it was built by Molly. That's fine. We're not going to be fighting Mansa. That's fine. Okay, so I guess we build this one more turn. Or, well, we got to stop for the fail gold. Let's get our forge then. We get our forge followed by the aqueduct for the extra production. Or I guess we should do the aqueduct first, because if we do the forge first, we're going to be in negative food, and I don't want that. I don't want to start starving. Okay. Yeah, I think we sit on this guy for the time being. This means that we can trigger a golden age whenever we want, but I don't want to trigger one right now. I think I want to trigger one when I'm pushing for liberalism. Would be the ideal. Ideal would be like we push for liberalism and we also use it to help build part of Taj Mahal. Something like that. All right. Now there's another city just captured over here. Like trying to, yeah, there it is. Okay. We got a screen. We get a shot of Napoleon's stack. I mean, it's a lot of units, but I don't feel like this should be beating longbows. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't feel like this should be beating protective longbows. I don't even see any well, I guess he must have suicided his catapults. At least hopefully it cost Napoleon something to... No, it looks like it didn't really cost him anything to make that attack. I guess not. Alright. I was hoping it at least cost him something to make the attack. But maybe not. Anyway. Okay, what is the most important city that doesn't have our religion that should get it next? Hidden Valley is the most important one that doesn't have it. So you go there, and we'd also like to spread it in that city up there, South Park, so it at least gets the extra religion, or the extra culture, because we're trying to take a tile back up there. All right. Oh, we found Zara's capital. For some reason, it's freaking size 4. I don't understand that. Why is his capital size 4? What are you doing, buddy? I don't get that at all. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. In the meantime, though, let's get some more roads down on these tiles. If nothing else, we can at least road some of these tiles for future movement purposes. And, like, later on we might want to chop some of these or something. But I do think that we're not too far off from not having to fog bust up here for too much longer. All right, Best Boreal Boy. We'll... Oh, yeah, I guess we should work that tile for now, but we want to work a cottage here. Have to drop the cottage, though. How much money do we need to two-turn feudalism? We can do that very quickly. We can do that in like 2 more turns. Our research is quite good. The academy plus bureaucracy come. Oh, you know what we can do? We're about to get a bunch of fail gold. So we can run 100% science this turn as well. Or, well, we can do this because we're going to get fail gold coming in next turn. Let's at least road this tile. I might want to have that roaded later on. Okay. Maybe he just whipped this. I don't know. I don't know. Like, if there's a way, so if we're gonna come back in this game, it's because the AI does struggle on these low food maps quite a bit, and it is only Emperor. It's not Immortal. I did consider playing Immortal difficulty before this game started. I'm glad I did not, because my starting position is just so abysmal on this map. All right, we got Alphabet Tech. Let's see what everybody else has. Okay. Oh, not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought. Okay, so Napoleon's is... Look at this. Look at this. Napoleon's research is garbage. He has feudalism. He has nothing beyond feudalism. That's it. He does not have machinery, so that means he can't have guilds. He doesn't have meditation. He doesn't have literature. He doesn't have code of laws. He has nothing on the aesthetics branch, because he doesn't have literature or drama. He doesn't have theology, alphabet, calendar. Yeah, he's missing a lot. So his tech is terrible. This is great news. His tech is absolute garbage. Very, very good news. Shaka's even more backwards than him. So what this means is if we fight with maces, we actually will have a tech advantage against either of them because they do not have maces yet. They would need to get machinery for that. Shaka doesn't even have civil service, so he is a long way away. Napoleon's close to having maces, but he is so far behind on everything else. If we can get to the next generation of tech, if we can get to the gunpowder-based units, we have the potential to run these guys over. We did find iron. We actually have iron under one of my own cities. Okay. Wang Khan, a little bit further ahead. He has engineering and feudalism. He is missing the aesthetics branch, missing civil service, missing... Yeah, they all skipped calendar because there's no plantation resources. He's a little bit... He's like a little bit behind us. Charlemagne has... he has theology, but he doesn't have civil service. He's also missing the aesthetics line. Missing calendar, like everybody. Missing alphabet. Okay. And then Zara. Zara's the one to be most worried about. He doesn't have Code of Laws civil service. Like, remember, he's organized. Not having Code of Laws is a huge misstep for him. He could really use the courthouses. Doesn't have civil service. Does not have guilds yet, which is good. So he's fighting with swords and axes and spears as well, and horse archers. They all have horseback riding, so we can one-turn that very cheaply down the road if we want knights. Yeah, and then Mansa is not... Mansa's behind too. We are the tech leader, you guys. We are actually the tech leader. Yeah, we are actually the tech leader on this map. So that is our route to success, is we just get ahead in tech of everybody else. It's looking good. The fact that Napoleon and Charlemagne have been tied up in warring, and Zara and Shaka have been tied up in warring, is really helpful. So, again, they have feudal... Basically, we just need something that can kill longbows easily, and we don't really have a unit that can do that yet. I mean, maces are okay, but, like, they're not great. They're really not great. What I would probably most want is just for Shaka and Zara to sign peace, so that Zara doesn't start running over this guy. Or doesn't run over him anymore. But, like, what would be better would be if Shaka can, like, just keep fighting and not losing cities. Would also be great. But if it looks like he's about to collapse, we're gonna have to jump in. So you're gonna see a lot more military builds. Greenland can train military as soon as it's done spreading religion, and some of these other cities can do that as well. Mr. Buddy can as well. Like, as soon as his courthouse is done, Mr. Buddy can also do some of this. I think we'll have most of these cities do catapults, and then we'll just get maces, and then hopefully, if we can reach them, knights. But we will need to... I mean, like, could I possibly get... What could I get from Shaka for his horses, just out of curiosity? What do you want for this? We can't do that. Oh, because we... What if we did, like, the silver and the marble? Hold on. It's because we have science turned on. We could probably swing the deal. Yeah, we could do that. I'm not going to make the deal until I actually have... I'm not going to make the deal until I have guilds and horseback riding in, but we can make that deal work. We can do that. So, cool. All right. Well, good stuff. I think this was a really productive session. That golden age made a big difference, like a big, big difference. Because you can see we were like down at the bottom of the scoreboard. Now we've shot up into what looks like a second place. Now we just need to get more territory. So we fixed our econ problems. We have the best economy. Now... The next goal is we translate our economic edge into more territory. That is the next goal. And Shaka looks like the best person to do that with. I feel kind of bad because Shaka's been a legit good ally, but I want his territory. I want his horses. I want these horses, and I'm not going to lie, I want that Buddhist shrine. Buddhism is the world's most spread religion. I want that Buddhist shrine. All right, I hope this was entertaining. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. What an interesting game. This is a great game of Civ 4. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.